Have you ever felt someone's thoughts linger on you, even when they're miles away? Imagine knowing deep down that she can't stop thinking about you. Every laugh, every word, every little thing you do is etched in her mind. Today, I'm revealing the 100% proof that makes her thoughts revolve around you, whether she admits it or not. You'll discover the hidden signals, the subtle signs, and the secret triggers that keep you unforgettable. Watch closely, because what you learn here could change the way she sees you forever. Don't just watch, experience it, and let it transform your connection. Comment below where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe to stay connected. Have you ever noticed the little things someone does that seem almost too subtle to matter, yet somehow they reveal everything? These are the moments that tell you she's thinking about you more than she's willing to admit. It might be in the way her phone buzzes and her eyes light up, or how she remembers the smallest detail you once mentioned in passing. These aren't coincidences. Human behavior is full of subconscious signals, and when a woman can't stop thinking about you, her mind leaves traces. Tiny breadcrumbs that, if you pay attention, map out the depth of her attention. Sometimes it's as simple as timing. You'll notice that she texts you at seemingly random moments, not with urgent news, but with thoughts that bring you into her day. Maybe it's a song lyric, a meme, or even a fleeting question, but the point is this: your presence lingers in her mind, coloring her moments with a subtle attachment. It's not about control or manipulation, it's about influence, the natural pull of emotional and intellectual connection. When someone consistently reaches back to you mentally, it's a form of quiet devotion that speaks louder than words. Then there's the way she engages in conversation. You'll notice her attention doesn't just skim the surface, she remembers, she asks, she follows up. Psychology teaches us that memory is selective. The brain chooses to store what is emotionally significant, what triggers curiosity, or what forms a sense of reward. When you see her recall details you shared weeks ago, it's not just politeness. It's a reflection of mental preoccupation. She's revisiting your words, your energy, your presence in her private inner world long after the interaction has ended. Equally important is how she reacts in social situations. You may see glimpses of her attention drift toward you, a subtle glance, a light smile, or an instinctive shift in posture. These micro-expressions are hardwired, automatic responses that reveal true interest. Even when she tries to play it cool, her body betrays her thoughts. Philosophically, it reminds us that human desire is rarely conscious alone, it inhabits the unconscious mind, shaping behavior before rational thought catches up. Paying attention to these signs is not about overanalyzing. It's about recognizing patterns that are consistent, undeniable, and revealing. Ultimately, these subtle signs converge to form a clear message: she is thinking about you, often more than she realizes herself. And here's the most important insight: you cannot manufacture or force this mental focus. It arises naturally from connection, intrigue, and the emotional resonance you create. If you understand how to recognize it, you can respond with awareness, confidence, and authenticity, amplifying your impact without crossing boundaries. So, the next time you notice these small but powerful signals, don't dismiss them. They are proof of a deeper connection at work quietly asserting itself in her mind. Observe, appreciate, and act with integrity, because recognizing these signs is the first step in cultivating a bond that lingers long after any conversation ends. Remember this: when someone's thoughts gravitate toward you consistently, it's not a coincidence. It's a reflection of your presence, your energy, and the unique impression you leave behind. Have you ever wondered why certain people linger in your thoughts long after they've left the room? It's not just memory, it's emotion. The human mind is wired to attach significance to experiences that trigger feelings, whether it's excitement, comfort, curiosity, or even a sense of challenge. When a woman can't stop thinking about you, it often stems from the emotional resonance you create, consciously or unconsciously. You see, emotions are the true architects of attention. Logic may fade, schedules may change, but feelings, especially powerful ones, have a gravitational pull that keeps you at the forefront of someone's mind. Think about the moments that make her smile when she remembers you. It could be the way you made her laugh, the subtle way you noticed her strengths, or even a quiet moment of understanding that felt rare and genuine. These emotional triggers are far more influential than words alone. Psychology calls this emotional tagging. The brain associates a person with a particular feeling, positive or otherwise, and revisits that association repeatedly. Every time she recalls those moments, her mind circles back to you, reinforcing your presence in her consciousness without any deliberate effort on her part. Equally compelling is the power of anticipation. When you cultivate intrigue, when you're slightly unpredictable but reliable, it activates curiosity. The mind naturally seeks to fill gaps, to revisit scenarios that are partially understood. Philosophically, this taps into a fundamental aspect of human nature. We are drawn to mystery, to what we do not fully possess, yet sense as attainable. By balancing openness with a hint of enigma, you stimulate her thought patterns, making you impossible to ignore. She begins to replay your interactions, analyzing them, remembering your gestures, your words, your energy, long after the moment has passed. It's also important to recognize the subtle psychological dance of reward. Every interaction she has with you, whether it's a message, a smile, or a shared laugh, activates the brain's reward system. Dopamine surges accompany moments of genuine connection, creating an internal feedback loop that reinforces her attention toward you. Over time, her thoughts begin to gravitate toward you almost automatically as her mind seeks out the same feelings that once made her heart race, laugh, or feel understood. This is why small, consistent gestures, thoughtful, authentic, and emotionally resonant, matter more than grandiose displays. They leave an imprint, not just a memory. Ultimately, the truth is this: you cannot force someone to think of you, but you can create conditions where your presence becomes emotionally indispensable. Every smile, every act of empathy, every moment of intrigue contributes to a pattern her mind cannot ignore. When you understand the emotional architecture of attention, you begin to see why some connections linger and others fade. So, the next time you wonder why she seems preoccupied with you, remember this: it is the feelings you awaken, the moments you make meaningful, and the curiosity you inspire that keep you alive in her thoughts. Master the art of emotional resonance, and you will not merely be remembered, you will be unforgettable. What makes someone truly unforgettable is not just the moments you share, but the way you leave an impression that lingers long after you've gone. It's one thing to capture attention, it's another to embed yourself into someone's mind, creating a resonance that keeps them revisiting your presence. This is the power of deliberate, authentic impact, the ability to inspire thought, curiosity, and emotional response simultaneously. When she can't stop thinking about you, it is often because you have mastered this subtle art, consciously or unconsciously. It begins with how you carry yourself. Confidence is not arrogance, it is the calm assurance that you bring value to any interaction. People are drawn to those who stand firmly in their own energy, who navigate life with purpose and clarity. When she observes this, she is not just noticing your actions, she is internalizing your stability, your decisiveness, and your self-respect. These qualities create a mental imprint that is difficult to erase, because the brain recognizes and respects individuals who possess inner consistency and integrity. Equally important is the way you communicate. Words are powerful, but the energy behind them matters far more. Thoughtful, genuine conversation, sprinkled with insight, empathy, and a touch of intrigue, ensures that every interaction leaves a mark. Philosophically, it aligns with the principle that human connection thrives not on quantity, but on quality. When you speak in ways that resonate emotionally and intellectually, you activate her mind in multiple dimensions. She remembers not just what you said, but how she felt while hearing it. These layers of impression create lasting mental engagement. Actions matter as much as words. The consistent demonstration of respect, attentiveness, and subtle consideration amplifies your presence in her thoughts. It is not grand gestures that make you unforgettable, it is the small, meaningful acts that reflect depth of character. The mind remembers patterns, not isolated events. When she experiences repeated proof of your authenticity and thoughtfulness, it builds a subconscious association. You are someone reliable, intriguing, and emotionally significant. Ultimately, leaving a lasting impression is about balance. Confidence with humility, presence with mystery, consistency with spontaneity. It is the combination of these elements that transforms fleeting interest into persistent thought. If you understand how to craft these moments thoughtfully, you move beyond simple attraction and create a mental and emotional resonance that she cannot ignore. So remember this: Being unforgettable is not about chasing attention. It is about creating experiences and embodying qualities that naturally draw her mind back to you. When you leave an impression that lingers, you don't just exist in her thoughts. You become indispensable in them.